My name is Bekki and I am a 16-year-old girl from Toronto, Canada. I was diagnosed with autism at the age of 11, but found out I had it later in life. When I was about 13 years old, I decided to show the world that people with autism should be accepted and understood. Now, I am an advocate for people on the autism spectrum and people with selective mutism. We should all be appreciated for who we are. I have reached out to people from all over the world with whom I could relate to, such as advocacy groups and autistic people in England, Texas, and of course, including those here in Georgia, and that helps me out a lot. It helps to know that I am not alone, and we help each other with our struggles. Throughout my work as a very ambitious advocate, I have made like-minded international friends that went through very similar things like me, and understand. We know that we are always there for one another. I work towards helping them become advocates as well, so that they could show that being different is wonderful, and different is never less. Besides autism and selective mutism, I also have different types of severe anxiety disorders, depression, OCD, and others, which all interfere with my daily life as an autistic very much. Even though I struggle with these challenges daily, I do everything I can for our community to raise awareness, understanding and acceptance of autism in our society. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be autistic? To be autistic means hearing and seeing things others don't always notice, which can have a grueling effect on your life. Every day, noises like pencils screeching, fluorescent lights, and students talking loudly at lunch can be a real trigger and overwhelm an autistic person. We can experience meltdowns due to all of the sensory overload we experience daily at work and mumble endlessly about an alien planet, or how he makes himself seen as a prophet. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be autistic? To be autistic means hearing and seeing things others don't always notice, which can have a grueling effect on your life. Every day, noises like pencils screeching, fluorescent lights, and students talking loudly at lunch can be a real trigger and overwhelm an autistic person. We can experience meltdowns due to all of the sensory overload we experience daily at work and school. They are really exhausting and hard to deal with, and it can feel like your brain is about to explode with all of the emotions and outside stimuli. We really need your understanding and in helping us avoid situations like these that cause us to feel out of control. Because of the sensory issues and cognitive differences that affect our daily functioning, we also have trouble with our learning and processing the information provided to us over a certain period of time. When I sit in class, and I hear the teacher mumble endlessly about an alien planet, or how he makes himself seen as a professional mathematician, I think to myself, why don't I understand any of this? I feel like an outcast from the class, like a failure, and I wish I understood what the topic was, but my brain seems too busy with thinking about something else. It's too hard to process, and everything else going on around me makes it seem like even the slightest thing can be the most difficult to understand. While everyone else is already learning and seems to be on topic with everything, I feel like the only one, with everything I deal with, who has trouble understanding the simplest things going on in the school environment. Why does society make it really hard for us, autistics, to live in this world as us, our true selves, and be openly autistic? This world has a lot of ableism, discrimination, and whenever they see something different or out of ordinary, they usually come to quick conclusions. This really hurts us as autistics. We have a really strong voice that needs to be heard. The hard thing is that we get dismissed a lot for our struggles, our pain, and we are often pressured by society to act neurotypical. My message to you all, professionals, parents of autistic children, teachers, and all the others here, is that all people matter. We might need to stim, which is our completely natural response to stimuli, a way of communication, and a way to physically express the way we feel and our emotions. It might seem weird or out of ordinary to you all, but trust me, we do have a reason for doing what we do. Let us be truly ourselves, accommodate for us, and see the beauty behind your unique, beautiful autistic child, student, or whoever it may be. As a person with autism, selective mutism, and other conditions, I have dealt with a lot of stigma, prejudice, along with inequity and injustice from most people, even therapists and teachers. I was excluded for my so-called weird behavior, the way I communicated, socialized with others, and the way I perceived different situations around me. I have come to say that with all this I had endured and experienced, that this is absolutely not right and should come to an end. I also have echolalia, which is a part of being on the autism spectrum. I repeat things I hear and may repeat it over and over again without meaning or context to the given situation. It's like my memory has been triggered and I am fully reliving the moment. It doesn't matter if the situation in which it happened occurred months or even years ago, but we may remember it very clearly in our minds, and say a particular word phrase over and over again indefinitely that stands out to us. It may as well be very unexpected, but I ask to all, please bear with us. Echolalia is a remarkable way for some people on the spectrum, myself included, to communicate and express their needs and wants. Embrace every single way the autistic person communicates, behaves and reacts to the world. It indeed has a very deep meaning beneath the surface of what you can see, and it's a gift to have to see through that. Now, I would like to explain selective mutism to all of you and how it impacts my daily life and makes it live differently, as well. Selective mutism, SM for short, is a complex, severe anxiety disorder, in which a person who is normally capable of speech, cannot speak in specific, select situations and or while being in the presence of certain people. However, the same person is able to speak, sometimes even excessively, where they are comfortable and secure. For instance, with family and close friends. This condition is widely misunderstood, as most people have not even heard about it. There definitely needs to be more awareness spread of this condition, so that people like me, who are literally suffering in silence and constantly trapped inside their severe anxiety, so paralyzing it can take away our voice, can be understood. There is a great misconception that it is our choice not to talk, and we have control over it. In fact, that is definitely not a choice we make. Even though I desperately want to talk to you, my paralyzing anxiety that takes over won't let me. It is definitely painful to go through it, but it has a lot of positives too, because due to my struggles with SM, I am more sensitive to other people's struggles and challenges. Talk to me as you would to anyone else, even though I might not be able to respond verbally to you at all. It feels great to be connected and included, and can make my anxiety a bit easier to handle. The one thing to remember is to never pressure a person with selective mutism to talk to you, even to say one word, as this may make our anxiety even worse and make us even more uncomfortable and harder to start talking in a given situation. If a person with SM talks to you, that is a wonderful thing, and it is a way for us to say that we feel comfortable and trust you with everything we go through. It is one of the hardest things for people with SM to talk in anxiety-inducing or unexpected situations, so it is something to be cherished. Selective mutes can be talkative and even chatty with the people they do talk to. The people I can talk to are my immediate family and very close friends. I cannot speak to most people at all. I haven't said a single word at school in over 2 years. Can't talk to our family, friends, and even doctors. People with SM often still struggle with severe anxiety, even in situations in which they can speak. Understanding and inclusion can help a lot. I hope you all can spread my message of inclusion, acceptance and understanding to the autism and SM community everywhere. We deserve to be heard. Despite of all my constant challenges I go through and the hardships I face, I can say that it has honestly helped me to become a better, more understanding and compassionate person overall. Thank you so much everyone for letting my voice being heard, and please remember, autistic people and people with SM have a lot to say and differences should be accepted. It's now time for a positive change in our world. We rock. Have a wonderful week and let autism be embraced. Let's shine autistic and selective mutism sparks everywhere to show our commitment to make this world a better, safer and more inclusive place for all of us. It really means a lot to me that I got this amazing opportunity to travel to share my story of my life with autism and selective mutism for the first time outside of my home city, here in Atlanta. Thank you all so much.